All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech, and welcome to my reaction review to Haikyuu chapter 377. I apologize because I did not manage to get out a video for last week's chapter because unfortunately I just got preoccupied with some other things. But I'll make it up this week by reacting to this week's chapter. I don't think there was much worth reacting to in the last chapter anyway. It was a really good one, but I don't think I was like missing out on anything really by having missed out reacting to it. So yeah, not much more else to say. Without further ado, let's dive into chapter 377, Going Home. Oh boy, oh man. All right, so on the Haikyuu pod last episode, we were predicting when the Brazil arc would end and when we'd see Hinata going back home. And I think most of us had it as most of us predicted would get a few more chapters at least, maybe well into next year before Hinata headed back home, but I guess Furudate-san is just really speeding through this. So, all right, let's see where this goes. So you have Hinata and Haitor having some, I assume, lunch. And Hinata's going, "Hey, Haitor, I noticed you set overhand a lot more when we practice. Why don't you do it that much when we play games?" And Haitor's like, that? I was like, "I'm not really good at it. I mean, yeah, it's easier to hit when you do it overhand. Yeah, it's easier to control where you send it. But easier doesn't mean easy. And if you get nailed the penalty for dribbling, that kind of defeats the entire point." And Hana's like, "Oh, I get it." He goes, "I was really surprised when I found out how strict beach volleyball is on overhand hits." And Haitor's like, "Yeah, still, you want me to set overhand for you?" And Hana's like, "Nope, either way is fine. I'm very thankful for any ball that's put up for me. I'll hit them all with gratitude no matter how they're set." And Haitor's just laughing at, Hinata's little humble, "I'll take any ball that's sent my way." Before I forget, yes, we have the translation by Adrian Beck and lettering by Erica Terriquez. So we pick up where we left off last chapter with Haitor doing the dig as he bumps the ball up as he's landing. And you see the crowd just watching in shock that he managed to dig a ball from that kind of stance, and you see them just whistling and tweeting. You see the ball's gone back over the net to the other team, and they dig it and set it up. And as they spike it down, Hinata does the same diving dig, and he bumps the ball back up as to kill the spike. And he goes, "Get up fast, get up fast!" And they're all just watching in surprise at how Hinata's doing. And Haitor's going, "With the way Shoyo can fly, I want to give him the best set that I can." And you see Haitor just going in for an overhand set, and Hinata's just in shock that he's actually going to do this. And you see them just both running up to the net. You see Hinata trying to jump, trying to push the ball over, and the other guys on the team's got his hands on the ball. You have Hinata going too close to the net, and you see a baff as Hinata tries to spike it, and they block it back down onto his side. And you see game over. Santana Hinata 13, Santos Carvalho 15. Oh, set count 2-1. Winner Santos and Carvalho team. You see Santos and Carvalho just high-fiving as Hinata goes to give Haitor a hand up. Haitor goes, "Man, when it comes down to it, I always mess up." And Hinata's like, "No, when it comes down to it, you always have the courage to give it your best." And you see them just doing, bro arm, bro clasps, what's his name? Like the Armstrong and the guy from FMA whose name I cannot remember, forgive me. And you see them going to, the other two and saying, "Good game, good game." And as they're heading off the court, Haitor goes, "Shoyo, playing with you has made me realize I've got to polish my skills and work on myself more in a lot of ways. And so he goes up to his fiance and he goes, niece, I promise you I'll work even harder from now on. Then and she says, don't you dare say to me that next time you win a game you want us to get married. And Haikyuu just like, in shock. She grabs his hand and goes, win or lose, whether it was 5 years ago, today, or even 10 years from now, you're still you and I think you're amazing. Will you marry me? Oh man, you see everyone just staring in shock at this proposal that just went down. And Haikyuu just takes off his hat. He's like, oh, it's like, yes! You have everyone just clapping. And then Nice says, ever since he partnered with you, Haikyuu seemed like he's having so much more fun than before. And she goes and gives him a hug and goes, thanks, Ninja Shoyo. And he's like, oh, no, I mean, thank you. And he's like, which is it? And you have Hinata going, me too. I had lots and lots of fun playing with you. Oh man, you see more of a montage of Hinata, doing his delivery jobs, practicing his singing, his serving on the beach, and having dinner with Pedro and bonding. And you see him at Nice and Haikyuu's wedding. As they're dancing, he's just clapping and cheering in the background. And you have March 2018. He's like, did you check your bags? He's like, yep. Well, he's like, in your 2 years here, did you master the sand and the wind? And Hinata's like, nope, not at all. You have the coach going, and you see that Haikyuu, Nice, and everyone else that Hinata's bonded with is at the airport to see him off. And so Hinata goes, Pedro, thanks for teaching me so much Portuguese. Make sure you eat your vegetables, okay? And you have Pedro, such a good boy. He's just crass. He's hugging Hinata and just crying. He's like, I will. He's like, good luck, Shoyo. I'll watch all your games on the net, I promise. And Hinata's just like, okay. And Pedro just tears streaming down his face, going, and don't forget to get me Kozuken's autograph, please. And you see that he's talking about Kenma. And you have Kenma just making that face in the background with Kozuken. He's like, I will. And you see him hugging Haikyuu and everyone else, and Hinata goes, okay then. And he bows and says, thanks so much. And then they all respond back, thanks so much. And he waves goodbye as he's taking off. And then as they're watching him walk away, Nice is like, so, what's Shoyo going to do once he's back in Japan? And Pedro says he said he was going to start going to Japanese pro team tryouts. He's completely unknown over there, so he told me he has to be the one to go to them. And Nice is like, what? The Ninja Shoyo is unknown? How high level are those Japanese teams? And Haikyuu is like, well, he did come straight over here right out of high school. Even if you're fast enough to see him, you still can't catch him. He's like, aha, right, he's a ninja. He's like, what team is he going to try out for first? And you have Pedro pulling out his phone and going, hang on, I have it there. It's, aha, here it is, this one. The MSBY Black Jackals. So I know nothing about pro volleyball or any of the teams, so if anyone knows if that's an actual volleyball team that exists or if it's a reference to one, I'd love to know, so please hit me up. And you see in the locker room for the MSBY Black Jackals, someone's going, what's up with him? It's like, yeah, that. Remember yesterday's fan day and how he stuck his foot in his mouth, like up to the knee? It's like, wow, is he still in the dumps over that? Oh boy, yes. And in the corner, just sitting in his little cubby, just looking super depressed, you have Atsumiya 22 Black Jackals Spiker. Like, that guy looks like he's a walking corpse. He's like, dude, he doesn't even get this bad when he loses. And you see him just going, ugh, it's like another wave of again, with another wave of pure humiliation. And you have his teammates being like, I know, right? And the slip up is only part of it. I think what's really getting to him is that you know who got all the laughs. And then you see someone coming in with a, hey, Sum, you doing good today? And Mia's just like, ugh. And you see Kotaru Bakudo 23. Yes. Of the Black Jackals. He's like, me, I'm doing great. You have someone in the background going, would you not come over here? Oh no, that's Mia going, would you not come over here, please? Oh boy, this is a reunion. I cannot wait. A senpai about to reunite with his kohai and just find out. Oh my god, yes. So minor spoilers. I did see some of my friends on Twitter referencing this and talking about how, you know, Atsumiya was talking about way back in Nationals how he wants to set for Shoyo one day. So I cannot wait for Furodate-san to bring this back full circle. Yeah, apart from that, I don't have much more else to say, except I'm surprised that the Brazil arc is ended so quickly, but at the same time, I don't think it's that big of a surprise, given that I don't think Furodate-san wanted to drag it out, because I think the main point of what happened with Brazil was kind of to showcase how Hinata's kind of reinvigorated himself and kind of found a new and different perspective on volleyball than he had before. And, you know, throughout all these chapters we've seen up to now, he's kind of re-emphasized the fact that, you know, Hinata's been doing all this training. You know, he's been eating right, he's been working out, he's been learning how to connect with people, he's been playing practice games. So I think Furodate-san's done enough with that to kind of establish that, you know, Hinata's kind of now built up the basic building blocks that he needs to become a really, really good pro volleyball player. And now we're going to see him kind of utilize that and put that into effect once he starts going pro and he plays with different teams, and how well he's going to start utilizing that. I think it's almost a smart move to not overstretch the beach volleyball kind of mini training arc of this series. I feel like that's not really, because this always has been about, you know, kind of pro volleyball as opposed to beach volleyball. So I think it's a good move to kind of get away from that and get back to what the core of this series was. But that said, I'm super excited to see Bakudo back again. Super excited to see Mia back again. Can't wait to see how Hinata's interactions with them are going to go when he tries to, you know, try to break into the pro circuit. Apart from that, I don't have too much more else to add. Just a couple of quick updates that for Haikyuu, I'm going to try to do my best during Christmas break to kind of catch up and reread everything, probably from both the Ball Boy arc to Nationals, because it's been a while since I've revisited it, and I kind of want to refamiliarize myself with all the different characters and kind of the story stuff that happened between there. And I'm also going to be trying to catch up with the Haikyuu anime, which I think I got up to episode 20 or so before I decided to take a hiatus from it. So before season 4 comes out, I want to kind of catch up on it so I can join everyone else, you know, and hyping and being hype about season 4 coming out, and screaming about all that good content that's coming out. But yeah, I think that's about everything I have to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please do, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help, you know, me grow my channel, and it does kind of help me see that, you know, people do like the content I'm putting out. And until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.